Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday Weekly. I'm your host, Ken Boone. Today, I've got a guest all the way from flippin' England.
There we go.
The guy you've probably seen a few times on some of my posts, and just us talking about him and his wife and his family and how we met. Dave Fellows actually just got done vacationing with us. They flew all the way to San Diego. First of all, Dave, how you doing?
All good, thank you. All good.
I just pulled Dave from the pool.
Yeah, drinking.
Out and back, having a couple beers. So, but that being said, though, yeah, they leave today.
Well, today,
Yeah, they leave today to go back home. And long story short is that I guess this is our 10th or 11th, 12th day, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Because they got to go back to school. But yeah, we had a great vacation. They flew out to San Diego. We then hopped on a plane the next day.
Yeah.
And we went to Puerto Vallarta. Yeah. And it was good. It was good. We spent a week there, and then we came back and had a couple of flight issues as far as, delaying everything. But other than that, they've been here now for 3 other days, and we had a kick-ass night in San Diego, downtown, and that was one he'll remember, I'm sure, for a while, or forget, whichever one happens. But it was a good time. So that being said, anyway, yeah. So Dave, give us a little bit of a understanding of where you're from. What part of England, and where that's all centrally located.
So Midlands, from like Kingstonford, which is obviously just outside Wolverhampton area.
Okay.
Obviously, you've never been over to there, which we're talking about going next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but where is it in retrospect? Like from London or something big, or like you said, Birmingham.
So Birmingham, you're talking 3 hours from London. So your London's your main area. You're about 3 hours drive from
north, south,
north.
Okay. So you're north of London.
Yeah,
got it. And is it cold?
Yeah.
I mean, we always joke because it's not San Diego, but Marie seems to think it always rains, never has sun, and then his wife is such a sun worshiper that he's always defending, it's not that bad, but it is definitely cloudy and
it's cloudy. But you have good days, you have bad days. But it's never, you can never rely on the weather.
The weather, I gotcha. And I think they said it's 70.
One day it'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
Next day, cloudy. Miserable
for multiple days at a time.
Yes.
And then you get a run of decent weather.
But then July time, you never know when you might get 2-3 weeks of really nice weather,
right.
And then you all set there. So it's one of those.
It's England.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's even places over there that have consistent weather like this. I think you guys said So where you're going?
Well, London, you'd always get a little bit better temperatures, a bit warmer down there than it is where we are. But obviously that's just because you're further down towards.
Oh, I see. Okay, so the further south you go, it's just where it's going to be warmer.
It's going to be a bit warmer.
Got it.
Not lots, but
there's definitely still a different temperature zone in general. Yeah. And so tonight, I mean, in case you guys are wondering, we got a couple beers. Dave is not a whiskey guy at all. I sent him a couple bottles, I think a couple years ago, or during the pandemic, because we couldn't see each other. So I sent him a couple bottles. His wife sent us some gins. Yeah. Because gin's big over there, and whiskey's bigger over here. And so anyway, I did get the 46 that I sent him, so he's familiar with that one. Yeah. He actually bought this one called the Belvedere. Valvoline, from the England airport before he flew out, and I guess they don't sell that over here, so that'll be interesting. We have 2 beers because Dave's a beer guy, but he's more of a lager, light beer kind of guy, so we're going to go with some of the San Diego brands, and then this one we picked up in Puerto Vallarta. Cannot get it in the States. It's actually a private little tequila tour that we took, and we brought 11 bottles back.
Filled the case.
The guy asked me when I came across the airport, he's like, 11 bottles? What are you going to start a store? And I'm like, is it not allowed? I mean, they didn't say we can. He's like, no, just make sure you tell somebody that you're claiming 11 bottles, because that's a lot, considering there was only 4 adults there,
Moving things around in the case because of the weight.
Just to get the bottles back, So, and then they had bought 3. 11 was just for our family.
And we had a 3 on top
14 total, for 4 adults. We were raking it up. But anyway, so we'll get right into it a little bit. We're going to open a beer first, so we can kind of loosen his palate a little bit, and we'll have a little bit of this Ale Smith, local San Diego Brewing Company, right there in Mira Mesa, California. One of my customers, as a matter of fact. We won't drink the whole thing because it's strong, but we'll definitely take a decent pour. You might drink the whole thing. I have to drive him later to the airport, so I gotta watch it. Actually, Mila, my wife said she'll drive, so I just have to be in attendance. And Dave's got a 11-hour flight ahead of him, so he's not. If you like it, I don't want you to have to
you'll
go.
sleep.
Yeah. And that's
Send
what I
me to
mean.
sleep.
That's what I mean. This will be great because you'll just be knocked right out. Yeah. So let's try the L. Smith, and this one is kick back and relax, which is what Dave is doing
There
this
we
whole
go.
2 weeks. Cheers. Dave drinks beer better than I do.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty good? Never
I
had
like
it
it.
before. A little bit of lemon or something.
Yeah, like orangey, like a
Yeah.
like
It does have orange in it. There you
citrusy
go. Yeah.
type taste to it. Nice though.
But it is light. It's not
Yeah.
like you're heavy. It's more of like a lager taste.
This is somebody you know. You'll not know.
Yeah, this is a major brand here in San Diego. Yeah. And it's a big brewing company.
Yeah. Something you work there. You said.
Yeah. They actually do. I believe they do the one called 394, which is the Tony Gwynn Padre. They made a beer after him. But yeah, this is called an India Pale Ale. It's only 4.2, so that's actually weak. Good. And usually they're a little stronger, but that's a good one. So yeah. Anyway, I give that one a decent rating for sure.
Good. Nice.
So Dave and Marie, we have a story that we met, and I'll kind of let him expand a little bit when we jump in. But ultimately, the long story short is that we met in Mexico.
Yep.
Ironically, in 2017. Dave doesn't remember much of the day that we met because he was sleeping.
Yeah.
You had some beers, and he didn't know any different. I mean, he was just.
And it was actually the kids.
Right,
really.
yeah,
The kids
yeah,
pulled that in.
yeah.
Really, it was
Yeah.
like quite Jackson. Crazy Jackson.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was in there.
He
How
was
were
at
you
the
boys?
time 5 years old.
Yeah. Like on his own,
Yeah.
like running around the pool.
We're like, this kid running around. And the boys kept
Then
wondering.
we bumped up at the pool bar.
Yeah.
Started talking.
Yes,
Well, is
yes,
that your
yeah.
son? Yeah, that sort of scenario.
Correct.
Just generally clicked.
Yeah. It was
Had a
just
great day that
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Loads of drink at the pool.
Yeah.
On the evening, met at the lobby. I think.
Yeah, I think we had 3 days together.
Yeah.
Like the last 4 days.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't the whole holiday.
No. We were like, the kids were adopted, so every day when they woke up, they wanted to see Reese and Trevor, my kids.
Which they didn't call Reese and Trevor.
Correct. They called
called
them
them
Trevor,
Trevor and
Leather. Which is weird because Reese's name has nothing to do with it. I don't mind the minding, but it didn't even come up with an art name. It's just Trevor and Leather. And I think that was Larissa.
Yeah.
That pulled that off, and she was like 2 or 3 at the time, so she was super young. But yeah, it was almost like every day because they saw each other. We're like, okay, I guess we're gonna get.
And we
to
met
see
in the
parents.
lobby, had a few drinks. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. Just generally
Did shows,
clicked straight away that it was just beer for me.
Exactly. And at the time, I don't know if I was a big whiskey guy. I mean, I think I just started, but it was whatever the drinks were of the day at that point. I mean, we hadn't even started our big workout program yet, so I was like, whatever goes. But yeah, it was a good thing. But ironically, we kept saying, okay, you got to kind of keep this going. You got to kind of be at least touch base. And
Well, I remember you saying, you got a book, you got to come out to us, come to see us.
right, because these guys are so well
And
traveled.
we're like quite crazy with that. We was like, yeah, 100%. We got back home.
Yeah.
We booked straight
Yeah.
away. Like, oh, what we done?
Yeah.
Sort of scenario.
Yeah.
But we did. We come out to. Well, we went to LA first.
Yes.
We drove to here.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Got here. Had a few nights here.
Yeah.
And then we went to.
Carlsbad.
Yeah, we did, and from then on we spent. It was great.
Then we went to Jamaica in 2019.
Yeah.
We met there again, all planned. Now at this point, we've planned vacations to see each other each year.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, obviously we
2020
did last year, but we couldn't. We
Right.
got cancelled due to COVID.
Oh,
and
that was
all
brutal.
sort of stuff.
2020, we were going to Cabo. It was going to be a
Yeah.
great time. Yeah, it was crazy. So, just a side note for people, that always wonder, like, just go out on a limb. I mean, it's like there's no reason. I'm just a friendly guy. We're definitely not going to, invite someone to our house that we would feel uncomfortable about, and I'm sure they felt comfortable enough to say, okay, we're going out to this house. But Marie did tell us a funny story. She said that. So, they were here for 2 weeks. So they went to LA and then Palm Springs. This was like the first 5 days or whatever. And then they were going to stay with us for 5 or 6 days, maybe a full week. And they're like, oh, we booked Carlsbad for a couple nights as well because it's on the beach and, she loves the beach and everything. Well, I just found out, like, when we were home talking Monday after we finally got back from Mexico, that she says, well, I booked Carlsbad just in case it didn't work out.
She actually booked that in the car on the way to here.
Oh, okay, that's right. She was like, okay, what are we doing?
Because
just
like
in case,
you never know. Like it was like could be serial killers for all we know, you know.
They're like, day 5, we might need to leave in case they start, like, you know, taking over our brains or something. But it was so funny. We had such a good time that we decided we'll just go to Carl's.
And then you come down with us, and we had a great time. We stayed in our actual where we were staying.
Yeah.
We booked this like quite a big apartment.
Yeah.
We come into there and we.
They're like,
finished
well,
the
we don't
holiday.
really want to finish the holiday, so why don't you guys just come and stay in
Yeah,
Carlsbad
yeah.
with us for a couple nights? And that's what we, or at least one of them, and then the next day they left. But it's just so funny. I mean, Dave's got so many friends back home. He's just such a personal guy and a social drinker, as he always talks about. And I'm more, you know, 4 or 5 friends or whatever. I kind of keep it small, even though I know a ton of people and I love a ton of people. It's just this guy and the way the community is a lot closer. Yeah.
Well,
Tell me a little bit about like Kingsford.
Well,
I mean, not
right.
so, just I guess
Right.
what you guys. Well, that's why you travel so much.
Yeah, to get away from it. But yeah, we've got a lot of obviously friends. We're always out, literally every weekend. Meet up with lots of people.
Yeah.
Literally, drinking is a big thing.
Just mainly beer, though.
Yeah, look, I only drink beer.
Yeah.
Really,
Wine, obviously, for the ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, Marie drinks wine. I try to get her to not drink wine because it sends her out of it. But there you go. But yeah, I'm a big drinker. We're big social people. Like a lot of people around us. We're always out. We're always drinking from Friday right through to the Sunday.
Yeah, they got like a
Literally.
whole place.
Yeah, so we got the caravan, the boat. We go down there from a Friday right through to a Sunday. Literally, good social people.
Yeah.
Lots of people around us. I've got a bar myself down there, which
That's right, you built that?
Yeah,
Oh.
at the lake
At
as
the
well.
lake,
I've got a bar which, well, it's a shed
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the beer stuff,
Yeah.
which we do call the Winchester.
Okay.
Which the Winchester name come from one of my favourite films.
Okay.
Which was Shaun of the Dead.
All right.
Winchester.
Oh, really? Shaun of the Dead? You like that one?
That's one of my favourite.
No wonder you like zombies.
And that's why we called I called it Winchester. And I've got a bar at my own house as well, which obviously I called that the Winchester Furnace, just because, and that was through the COVID thing, because the saying in the film is let's get to the Winchester till it all blows over.
I gotcha.
So that's why I called
That's
it
where
that,
it's
just
at
because
of COVID. Yeah.
because of COVID.
Right.
And then when we went back down the caravan, we took all the beer stuff down there. We have kegs of beer, we were drinking beer, and we have everybody round. It's just like a full blown.
Yeah, I mean, we've done FaceTimes, and you guys have been
so
there.
there's
It's like chaos.
absolutely, and that's what
But
it's
fun
like.
chaos. Yeah, I mean, it's totally fun. Yeah,
that's what it's
everyone's just having
like
a
pretty
good
much
time.
every weekend. We have a great time. It's just starting again now.
Yeah.
Down there, I've had messages while I'm here.
Yeah, everyone's
Let's
fired up.
get down there this weekend. When I get back, they all want to meet up on Saturday. We all want to get back on the bit. They're all trying to.
Yeah, it's getting to be that season, right?
To sort of get back into it all. So I am looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go home there personally.
Yeah, I know. It's nice. But I will say, it's funny as Dave. I mean, the water is not really warm though, right, in the lake.
Not yet.
They do a lot of
it does get warmer, obviously.
But you'll get on it, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we're
the
still
kids will
going.
still do it.
Wetsuits.
Yeah.
The kids are in.
Yeah.
All weekend.
Yeah.
The boats just starting to all go back in now, so give it another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, but it's still fun to run on the boat even without toys and stuff. You just freaking go around and rip it and have fun. Yeah, I'm a big boat guy myself, but he's got just a newer, what is it?
Well, we just had a new boat. I just had a new nautique.
Yeah.
So, which I love. I can't wait to get back out, get back on the water. So yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
That'll be all good.
Well, we're gonna get into the first whiskey.
Oh Christ.
We're gonna just not gonna do anything crazy.
Say I only like beer.
Yeah, and 46 and is the one he did try, and he actually drank it pretty quick, if I'm not mistaken. I know you shared it with some blokes, right?
Marie.
Oh, Marie, just you and Marie sat around drinking this one?
There's quite a few of the lads actually who've been to the bar at my house.
Yeah.
Because this is on the shelf.
Right.
It's all gone.
Right.
But they did try.
Yeah. So it kind of
and there's a few lads who are whiskey drinkers.
Oh, good.
And they did try it, and they was like, well,
yeah,
nice.
I'll take this. Yeah.
You know, look, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna like it. There you go.
Just take your time, man. Don't worry about it.
Great. It's lovely.
You don't want to be mean. Oh, that's good though. That's smooth.
To be fair, yeah, it is.
It is pretty smooth.
Like,
It didn't go down that hard. You've tasted some other stuff.
But I've tasted some worse shit than that.
beer and whatever it is. Yeah, there's definitely worse
To be
shit.
fair, actually, yeah, I remember
It's not bad. Yeah.
The aftertaste is quite nice, actually.
Yeah, it's a very good bottle. Yeah, it's funny that you said that. So again, even though he doesn't love whiskey, there are certain ones that most people, if they just get rid of that initial
It's like
holy
a-
shit reaction.
Is that what? Is it like a toffee?
I was gonna say like a caramel type
Yeah.
toffee. Yeah. Yeah. It's got all
Like a
kinds of
coffee.
stuff in there. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is good. And it sits nice later, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the initial drink that I like. But actually, now it's quite nice.
It's good, yeah. And you'll get a little bit warmer here in a minute.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, that stuff is stronger than any beer.
Yeah.
But I do want to get into, like, I guess, like, so how did you and Marie and him have been together for how long? Roughly.
18, 19 years.
Okay, 18, 19 years. So, long time.
Yeah.
And then when you guys were dating for just a short period of time, right? A year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we
okay.
got married.
So, did you guys just meet in England? Was it like a love story? Or was it just like a worker or partner?
In a pub.
Oh, okay.
Well, I actually met.
I met Mila in a bar.
Yeah,
I just asked her to dance.
It was a
the rest
place
is
called the
history.
Waterfront, which people obviously listening from England will probably have around by me. It was like an area where it was all bar after bar.
Okay.
Like only probably 5 or 6 bars
Yeah,
all
yeah.
In a row. I used to go down there all the time.
Right.
Just drinking generally. Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays.
Right.
Occasionally get to Birmingham on a Saturday.
Okay.
But normally you probably end up back there anyway.
Okay.
Met Marie.
And this again is in the town of Kingswood.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
wow! So
yes.
you've literally been there the whole time.
Yes.
You're
I
not
met Marie-
transplants.
No. Marie lives Sedgley, which is like Gornal, which is like literally 2 minutes from Kingswood.
okay.
Well,
Still
2 or 3 minutes from
nonetheless,
Kingswood.
yeah.
So she is all from there
Still
as well.
local in a sense.
Yeah, and we met. To be honest with you, Marie was a friend of my friends who used to go to the gym, which I'm not a gym person, as you know. They met Marie at the gym. They used to go, and I had no interest in going to the gym.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they met Marie
They met
first,
Marie.
and then
okay.
they brought Marie to Merrill on the Thursday night.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
From the gym
Yeah.
for my mate's birthday, and I was there.
Oh, jeez.
Met Marie, got talking to her, and
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Wow,
And that
never
was-
dated anyone since
No.
then. That's awesome.
That was it.
That's so
And
good.
that was it. And I used to live literally 2 minutes from I had my own house, and I lived 2 minutes from the waterfront.
The bar or area, with the
Yeah.
waterfront.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the waterfront's a section, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
a
got
section.
it. Which sounds cool, waterfront. You know.
Yeah.
We went down to the brigantine on the bay, and he's like, "I love this stuff. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah,
over
yeah.
the water."
It
and
wasn't like that waterfront now.
Yeah. But still, you know, the whole concept of you in the water.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a great thing. I mean, boats and water. We have that in common for sure. I just don't own one right now.
Yeah.
But I would love to get back into that with San Diego now that the kids are older. So mentioning that, he has 3 kids.
Yes.
Zane, Jax, and Larissa. Zane is older, and then Jax is only 2 years behind that.
Yeah.
Larissa's only 2 years behind
Yeah.
that. So you guys got kind of busy there.
Yeah.
But they were, I didn't know that they had a lot of struggles for years. How long did it
5
take?
years. 5 years really to get Zane, and then as soon as we got Zane, obviously,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah, then it was like,
Yeah.
so Marie was struggling to have kids.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
And
like,
then obviously because we travelled everywhere. We did lots of travelling
even, before you had
before
kids, yeah.
that, and then obviously when that happened, we kept trying with kids. No kids happening.
Right.
Travelling more and more, doing
Right,
lots
right.
and more, which has probably got the
The
I think that-
stress off of it.
I think that with Marie, I mean, when I was younger, I used to travel a bit more, but not lots. My mum and dad used to take us to
yeah.
different places, but like Marie never really went anywhere
Right.
apart from England.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so really, she'd never travelled or went anywhere abroad. So obviously, when we was
Thinking
together, it was
you're
like
never
we
gonna-
wanted to travel, we
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to see everything,
Yeah.
we wanted to go everywhere, just because Marie never done that, and that's why Marie's like she is now. She loves going away abroad, going anywhere.
So
she
big
goes.
on that, yeah.
Everywhere over the world. Want to see as much as I can. And I'm a big believer. Is like, well, you do it because one life, you ain't here that long,
yeah.
and do as much
And the
as you
percentage
possibly
of
can.
people that even get to do what we do,
I'm
which is nothing like
I'm
this guy.
lucky to be able to do what I've done.
Exactly.
And I'd want to give the kids the most experience they can have and do as much as I can.
Right.
I did have experience. My mum and dad did do all that for me.
Right.
I ain't going to say they didn't, but I just wanted to give as much as I can for them.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's what I do. But yeah,
And the kiddos are very well traveled.
Yeah.
They don't complain. I mean, I know they're kids, but I mean, they go on these long flights and do their thing, and they've been doing it since they were children. And just to see them.
We took Jackson went to Thailand when he was 6 months old.
Uh-huh.
And I remember in arms, and we took him to into Bangkok, and we had him on the tut-tuts, literally holding him, took him all around, flying around the town.
Yeah.
And it's like, people would say, "Are you crazy?" But I always say, we had kids, they're going to do what we do.
Correct, and that's
And I'm not
them
going to change
Yeah.
what I do.
I mean, you have to
because of
obviously
kids.
change your life a little bit, but not in the sense of like,
still do whatever.
Yeah,
and we did all that. And
Yeah,
it
you
was
just do
like,
it.
you know.
Then they grow up not knowing any different.
No.
They're just like, oh, this is our life. This is
that's what we
awesome.
do.
And if they cry in Thailand or they cry in Kingsford, it doesn't matter if you change diapers. You know what I mean? They don't know anything. They're very resilient that way because they don't know anything. And the fact that you raised them up, I mean, his kids are, even though our kids are now older and they just have a different, like, they're like cooking in the grill at 10, you know, just because that's what they do. They're used to being so independent. And especially having, you know, mom working, but again, mom's a principal of a prestigious school over there, so she's, you know, got great school systems, and it's just a unique. And I'm always intrigued, you know, and I'm always talking to him. Probably look at me like me and Emil are crazy because we're always like, how is it you guys do it financially, and how does England differ so differently than America? And everything's the same. You still need home insurance and health insurance.
Yes,
I mean, all that, but
really.
everything's just different to the sense of what they get, you know, what the government does for them or not do for them, or the cost of living over there versus what. But taxes are all still the same.
When you look over all of it, you see all pretty. There's just different areas, different. Yeah, it's all.
I guess it's the same anywhere else. Like if you lived in London, that'd be living like the cost of living there is ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
See what I'm saying?
Stupid.
But you have you're close enough, and you travel so much that you're like, I'd rather live here, be with all my friends, and then spend the money to be able to travel, like you guys talked about. Yeah. And this guy, don't let him like a bar to me would be like, I would build 4 legs and, you know, something like this. He had like a little tiki hut that he turned into a full-on like bar, like I mean, you could actually sell tickets to go in there, but only hold like 10 people. But it was like a real bar, like straight up bar with cushions and tables, and I mean, it's like insane. I was like, bro, I would love to have that, like, you know, turn that
full-blown
English pub. Sorry, pub. Yeah, pub.
As I said, there is a difference.
Yeah.
I would call mine a pub. There's a lot of people now in England doing bars in the gardens due to COVID.
Garden is a yard.
Yeah, doing all that in the yard.
Yeah, well, because our garden is like vegetables. Garden.
There's a lot more people doing that. One of my friends, he's done one, which I actually helped build. Well, I built most of the shelf for him. He did different things, obviously himself. We finished things off in there, but we'd always say, is this a bar? Because it's more luxury and like a bit more of a wine bar. It's like
so they do have bars over there.
Yes, you've got a bar and you've got a pub.
I got it. Okay,
pub is like you go in rough ready.
Yeah,
like, you know, old bar stools and like a pint of beer and
just a cushion bar, nothing real crazy.
But then you go to a wine bar, which is more of a more lush, like nice lighting, beautiful surrounding.
So where we went to the Brigantine, that would have been a bar. I got it, because they had the nice lights and the. I got you.
When you get to Birmingham, they're all bars and pubs. Really, you might get a few of the old ones
in the corner.
But in
Kingsford, they're all pretty
much pubs. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, well, that's good to differ.
Yeah.
We're going to do a shot, and then I'm going to explain why Dave can do all this building stuff. So, other than the fact he's just a dude with tools. So, this one is the one you brought over. Now, this is a Scotch, everybody, and you probably know that you don't see a lot of Scotch on my shows, and it's for a reason, because I don't like Scotch. But when they came, I did not want to tell them that because I wanted to try it first. And to be honest, I actually love this. It was actually very surprisingly good, probably because the cost of it, he didn't tell me how much it was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a $40 bottle, or if it was, I have no idea. I just know this is not very peaty. There's not a lot of earth to it, but you'll taste the difference now that you've tasted them so close together.
I was going to say, I'm going to know.
You're all chuffing off. Here we go, Bell. Bell, I mean. Now, do you taste the difference?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean
That's
by
a lot nicer.
to you, right? Yeah.
That's like.
No. So
Also,
Dave, not being a whiskey guy.
Wish I'd have bought the year that one. That'll still be here when I come back next year.
No, I can sip that on the rocks. I really can.
No,
because
to be fair,
how smooth it went down for me. I used to be like,
it's like,
oh,
it's like,
there's earth in it.
yeah, it's like,
Because Scotch is made with moss and different. It's a different. So a lot of people love Scotch. I mean, that's usually when you see in the movies. Give me a Scotch on the rocks with all the elegant, high-end.
it's more of a burn though, I think. Is
Yeah.
that what I would
Yeah.
call it?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a burn. Yeah, that's definitely.
More than that one though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, these are, but I don't know how to describe it. This is a very appreciated Scotch for people. I mean, it's Scotch, and
You could tell the difference if you had a cheaper version than you
oh
said.
yeah, oh yeah. I've never even been able to do a shot of that without making a gnarly face. And so when you guys brought that and I tried it that night, I'm telling you, I did not. I was like, this is actually really good. I'll probably enjoy it over a cube
Yeah.
or something. I'm never going to mix it because it's you don't mix that stuff. But it's super good. So that being said, so explain to Dave is I never understood this originally. I mean, not understood it, but I didn't realize to the extent when we first met them. I thought he was just like a handyman, like you know, like oh, this is what I do on the side. Our money pays for vacations, and Marie pays the bills. You know, the normal stuff. But I mean, he's got like a full blown website. He's a busy because you're kind of just one or two guys. Right?
Yeah, there's just me. I've
Yeah.
got a lad who works for me.
Yeah.
Permanent. Ian has worked for me now. He's worked about 18 years with me.
Oh, God.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, wow. But you are the founder, creator,
Yeah.
owner, and he does kitchen remodels and bathroom remodels mainly. Obviously, when you have that skill, you can do all the other stuff.
Yeah,
with your
so
buddies' bars
we
and
do
all
do
that.
all the. I do, yeah. So I mainly do bathroom, kitchen refurbs. I do and bathroom refurbs. I do other things,
Because-
gardens and landscaping.
Because
I
people
do-
get you involved.
Yes,
So
because
you're like,
if you do a kitchen or you do a bathroom, they go, oh, we need to get the garden done
right,
or
right.
the yard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll say, well, yeah, we
something.
can sort all that,
Yeah.
and then I'll price up to do all that, and we'll do all that as well.
Yeah, because you have the ability
Yes.
to do it, but it starts there, and then of course over
and
the
that's
years.
quite nice to do as well, because obviously, as you know, when you've got a job, it's the same thing every day.
Yeah, so it changes it
So
up.
when you're doing like bathroom after bathroom, kitchen after kitchen, bathroom after bathroom,
Yeah.
and then somebody said, "Oh, can you do my garden?" It's like, "Oh, yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
because it changes what you're doing that day to day."
And it challenges it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And even though you're smart enough to
Yeah.
do it, it gives you something like a different
Different,
look.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, wow, I'm going to design this, you know?
Yeah.
But that being said, how did you get into that? Because we didn't really explain how much of that. Were you doing that when you met Marie?
No,
Like as a job?
no. When I first met Maria, I was in factory work. I
What
was
is that?
in steel
Oh, okay.
and
So you worked in a
fabrication.
steel factory.
In
Okay.
the steel work, I was doing all that sort of stuff. I used to do long hours in the sense of 6 till 5 days a week. Saturdays 6 till 12.
Just in a big room.
Yeah, a
doing
bit
all-
like a massive
yeah,
factory.
working on shops, machines and stuff.
We was making I was making trailers for the big trucks.
Oh, okay.
So I was into that, but my cousin I was with, one of my cousin, he started up his own business as well, doing all gutters and fascias
Oh,
for
okay.
around the houses and
Yeah.
roofs and tiles and stuff like that. And I also bought my first house, which I did up myself, and I built an extension,
Oh.
which I've been doing like on the sort of after work.
Yeah.
My first house.
Just figuring it out.
And then, just
Oh.
had to go. My dad's always been quite hands-on, so I've learnt a lot from him.
Got it.
Just took it on board.
Yeah.
Self-taught myself.
Right.
Everything I do, really, I've just self-taught,
Yeah.
really.
Huh.
As I say, so then he approached and said, what had happened then? I got like people asking me, well, can you do my bathroom?
Right.
Because I'd done my own at my own
Oh, I
house.
see. Yeah.
My first house.
And just
Can you
start
help me do
spreading.
mine? Or can you do mine? Can you do my kitchen? And then I started getting jobs, and I started getting, and I was working weekends then,
Oh, jeez.
and I was cutting hours at my work when I was,
Oh,
but
okay.
working
Okay.
on that,
Yeah.
and doing that
I was gonna
sort
say
of.
that'd be hard to work that long.
Yeah.
So you were mainly doing weekend work at this point.
Yeah.
And people.
And then my cousin approached me, said, well, why don't you come with me? We'll share work.
right.
Because he did do a bit of bathrooms as well. So then I sort of stopped working there, handed my notice in, finished, set my own business up. I had my business, he had his business. We worked together.
Yeah, you're almost like just giving each other work. Yeah.
Which went well. We did.
Yeah.
We were doing good. Couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and then we moved then he went his way, I went my way, kept mine going, and then.
But no bad blood or anything.
No, everything good.
It was just like you got big enough where you were like on your own.
Yeah, and then I just carried on.
Yeah.
He carried on. He's still going now.
Yeah.
I'm still going now. And
Nice.
there you go.
Yeah, that's all. One of the
And I would never do anything different.
well, not in this.
At the moment, touch wood, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
No, it's amazing. I mean, the
You
stuff
wanna
he
do?
got his own website and stuff he does, and it's like I said, it's always to me. I always think like, when you were. But then when you see some of the stuff, it's like, oh, that's like that's like I mean, not just real. It's like that's like your full blown.
Yeah.
You're making big, stuff happen. I mean, it's a big, and that's a trade I've never really, I've never been a wood guy or whatever. More, my dad was more mechanic kind of guy, so I just never took the time to. But I still do stuff now that I'm older because with the kids, I never took time to figure all that out. I was just so busy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not my thing, so I'm not going to worry about it now.
Yeah.
But then now, as the kids have gotten older, I've taken the time to kind of build stuff and teach them, some stuff and stuff. But I'm certainly not going to remodel my bathroom, that's for sure. Not if I want it to turn out right, anyway. So we did have this one quicker, but there was a bigger gap in between. So we're going to jump to the tequila.
Yeah, okay.
So this tequila, though, and we bought 11 bottles, and there's some that are like a caramel decaf. There's pecan. There's almond.
There was the pomegranate.
Yeah, the pomegranate. So we got all these bottles. This one's the only one open right now. Other than I think Trevor opened the cafe one, the milky one. But this one is the one that we really all liked.
Yeah.
As well. I think it's like the amaretto flavor or something like that. So we'll put this in the whiskey one real quick. We could have a little bit bigger. This one. This one's only 18%, so it's not gonna. And it tastes a lot better than the whiskey for sure for you, right? So let's try this one. Again, it's, in case you guys want to look it up, it's called Haciendas del Valle. It's their collection. You can only get it in Mexico. You cannot get it in California, but in case you guys are ever over there, just check it out. It is delicious. Even warm, it's good. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you guys got this one, the pomegranate, and which other one? The milky one? What do you
Yeah,
call it?
it's like a
The white,
like a
the
white
creamy one. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is good. One of my, it's definitely. I mean, it's like came out to like they were giving like buy two get one free, and we also got two hard tequila, like actual just tequila, not flavor or anything, but those were a little more expensive, obviously.
And
Oh my god! So Dave in Mexico, I won't do like the full details, but when you're over there and everything's all inclusive, and
you're drinking from 10 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, and you're in Mexico, they always want to make sure you have tequila, right? So they're always pushing tequila. I mean, it's just like they're like you go walk up and they're like, hey, give me two and tequila, or how about a shot of tequila or good morning tequila. I mean, it's like we weren't really doing it. We were like, no, we're good, but there were times when you get into that buzz mode, and you're like,
coffee,
fuck it, have some tequila, right? So, nonetheless, there was Dave has had some faces. I mean, he had a moment. It was not a good night, but it was quick. Over, came back out. Then the next day, they try to give him tequila. He does a shot, spits it in the pool. Well, not the pool, but in the bar or whatever. But he's like, I'm not doing that. And so everyone's like, And I'm telling you what, I know that you've been on a lot of vacations, but I've never seen one with so many darn people that are in wheelchairs and medical assistants than at that place. I feel like they were just out of control.
One nearly drowned.
Yeah, I mean, by me, I guess. I didn't even realize it. I thought she was jumping in the pool having fun, and Maria's wife's like, no, Ken, she's drowning. Please help her up. She comes up, and she's like, I don't even know, tequila. That's all she could say. And then there was another one that fell and had to go plop up in the, then we saw
wheelchair taken off.
Unreal. It was just like, I just feel bad because I feel like those people, like they could, if they didn't have supervision, go see Jesus. It's like that's where you get overly sick or poison, alcohol poisoning. You just gotta watch that stuff because people go and they're saying, it's all free and it's great. And they don't realize it's free, but your body doesn't drink that much in one day, especially in the sun too.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, we tried to close it down pretty good for us guys that were a little more experienced. But yeah, it was a good vacation nonetheless. So what's gonna be? So we're actually with Dave and Marie. They have gone into. We talked about his travels, but extremely insane with the amount of traveling that they've done. And I know that to them it's a thing, but I get impressed even with a guy that does as much as I do. I know you guys, I'm not always traveling the world like they are, but we definitely take a good amount of vacations, and we're always doing something different. But these guys see some stuff, and we were talking about it last night with some other friends that came, is that when you're over there, I mean, you can choose to either stay in Kingsford, for which I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people that don't travel, right? Over there?
Yeah, look, the
You
lad,
have to have the money.
the lad who works for me, he won't go. He's England through and through.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't want to move out of there.
Just like
He wants to,
leaving.
he won't go abroad because he's like, no, I was born here, bred here, I stay here.
I'm just there. Yeah, and they have that mentality. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you've got quite a few like that.
And even when you're over there and you're closer to stuff, when you hear it's still far, you still have to plan. You still have to fly 3 hours or 2.5 hours.
Yes,
it's still a thing.
You get to Europe type and
Yeah.
you
I
go to,
mean, there's something about going to Rome and then taking a cruise in France. It's just like you hear that, and we're in America, and you're like, oh great, I'm going to Maine, or like that. This doesn't have the same vibe. You know what I'm saying? Even though I love Maine, I'm just saying like these little places that we go in the States. You guys are like, no, we're going to Rome and Europe and Italy and France and freaking what's the B one? You guys are Greece a couple times. And then we're going to New Zealand, and it's just everything. But again, it all takes a long flight. Some of these are super far away.
well, yeah, I mean, obviously the all the Europe ones are more like 2, 3, 4 hour flights. So they're all like you when you get to Jamaica or you
correct.
Like that.
Right.
They're like them ones.
Right.
But then, like, obviously, when we do the long hauls, like New Zealand, when we went to Australia, that's like 24 hour.
Yeah. For you guys, because you're going.
The other side.
Stop calling me. I'm not that more. It's 800 number. It can't be that important if it's an 800 number. But yeah, so let's go back a little bit, because I didn't get much about your childhood, and I know I don't get into too much detail. But like growing up in Kingsford, was it? I mean, in your parents, was there a lot to do, or?
So my mum and dad, the house where they are now is the house what they bought brand new before me when they got married, and they're still there now. And that's where they brought me up. So I've been brought up in the Kingsford area right from day dot.
They're still in the same house.
Same house from when.
So when you go see your parents, that's where you grew up.
My bedroom's still there.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
It's not a
your
bedroom now, but it's
still
not,
there. Yeah, nothing's different.
You know, but yeah, exactly
wow.
the same house.
Wow.
Where,
and how far are they from your house?
2 minutes. You can walk.
Oh my gosh, that's so unreal. And then Marie's parents are a little further, but not
Yes,
far.
they've got a few different houses they have, but obviously that you could walk to theirs.
Yeah.
We have cycled to theirs.
I got
most of them
you.
would, but Zane will walk the dog to my mum and dad's.
Oh, right.
And back.
Yeah.
To see them. My mum's she's mum and dad. Them literally amazing. Like most mums and dads,
Yeah.
say, but.
No, there are
You
certain
say-
ones that
yeah,
would give you
yeah.
the shirt off their back no matter what, anything for
My
you.
mum and dad would do anything for me.
Yeah.
Literally, if I was stuck anywhere, or Marie and the kids, literally pick the phone up, they're there.
Yeah.
Instant.
Yeah.
What? My mum is suffering a little bit more with her health at the moment. You can see she's sort of not as, she can't drive anymore
How old
now.
is she?
70 now.
Oh,
Just
okay,
gone
70. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
But she's still, the way you guys were describing, she still calls you guys and interacts.
Oh yeah,
and
she still wants to do all
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It's just her legs can't
Yeah.
do it. But she's getting there. She's got through some of the stuff she just had, but she's getting past that now.
Right.
She's got her legs and her knees problems, but that's always been there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it isn't like something new. That,
Right.
So.
It's just as you
But
get older, it's harder to deal with.
She's still there. She, as I say, the kids love her.
Yeah.
And she would do anything for anybody, really.
And you just pretty much went to school like normal?
Yeah, so they've always looked after us as much as they can. We did do lots with them, like they would we did go abroad, we went to Spain, we went to Portugal, different areas like that. And we did Florida, they took us to Florida. So I have also travelled with them as well.
Yeah.
We was a bit older then, me and my sister. I've got a sister like Jo, who she's like 9 years younger than me.
Wow, jeez. That's a big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As I say, she as always. Obviously, they took me and my sister. We went to Florida. We did all that, which was like an amazing experience.
Yeah, because then you're like, going to America, especially as a kid.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah.
We did all the Disney thing. We did all the,
wow.
the Universal
That's
then.
cool. Yeah.
When I think I was 16. I was obviously a bit older, 16.
Yeah.
But even still,
Yeah, that's
it's
a big
amazing
deal.
to do.
Yeah.
So they have sort of done so much for us,
Yeah.
really. I would never say they haven't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then you just went to.
But all the boat thing, really, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be in that without them because my old man was always into boats.
Oh, okay. So he
brought
was
us
big
into
into
the
water.
boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Just
yeah.
being a boater, or just being a guy who loves the water?
No, but he had like speedboats
Oh.
when he was younger.
Oh,
we
okay.
did as
So you
kids.
guys
He
did
was
all
always
that.
been on
Oh,
the
okay.
boats.
Okay. So that's a big deal.
So we've always been into that area
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, it's kind of just keeps going. Yeah. And you guys always seem to have all the cool toys. Yeah, and what's weird is he was explaining to me how like the boats over there are, I mean his boat's really, 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 really nice, but I don't think it would be that, it'd only be about 60,000 here. I mean, no, I'm saying it's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unreal. It's used. I mean, a new would probably be, but it's only 2 years old.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
said. It's just immaculate, and it's like they pay so much over there because of the shipping.
Like shipping and all that.
Yeah. So they don't make boats over there at all. Or
Yeah.
just certain ones.
There is different boats. I don't know if they do
Just
still.
something
I
like
think
these.
not no teams.
Yeah.
no.
But didn't you say they were? Yesterday we were walking around the yachts. They said there's a place that makes the what's that called? The brand we were looking
Oh
at.
yeah, the big ones.
Yeah. Oh, so they only make big brands.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the big ones.
There's all that
Okay.
sort of stuff.
They don't make smaller boats. that
No,
company. Oh, okay.
they used to. I think they used to.
What was the brand called? I can't remember. We were looking right at it. It's a really big brand, but oh, I see. They're all like more the upper, bigger
Yeah,
size.
there is other boat people out there making stuff, but like
Yeah.
I think your Nautique's like
Oh, it is definitely
Tech
the top of the
over
line. Yeah.
Boyles as well. Anyway.
For sure.
And then you've got your Mastercraft, which
Mastercraft, yeah.
That's
That's made over
that's
here too.
over here as well.
Yeah. So, and you guys have things that you make, and it's just interesting. But that's cool that the boats are over there for sure. Now they don't make trailers over. They have to, right?
Yeah.
They make the RV
So
and
yeah,
caravans.
the boat. I think the boat comes from over here, but then the trailers for the boats.
Right.
We have those. Those are made and get from England.
Oh, okay.
So you buy the boat.
Right.
My mate ships a boat over.
Got it.
Boats over, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I think the trailers are all done over here.
Oh, I
in
got you.
England, sorry.
And what about your caravans? Are they made over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So your caravans are actually from there too.
Yeah.
But but is it the same brand or?
No, it's all
Oh.
different brands.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all different brands.
Yeah, yeah.
Loads and loads of different ones.
Yeah, just like ours. There's so many different things.
loads.
Okay, so they're England brands.
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
yes.
Yeah. It just always amazes me just because I've never been there and I know it's just we do plan on going. We're trying to plan a trip for next year to go to a couple places, not just Kings Wilford, even though
I'm
that'd be
going to
cool.
take him around all the pubs.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pub crawl. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like a real one. They have that down in San Diego. They call it that, but there's just a bunch of bars. This is gonna be a true
This
pub
is gonna
crawl,
be the
where you
proper
actually
one.
walk and just
Yeah.
have a bunch of beer. Yeah.
A lot of beer.
Oh God.
Get yourself
I was
ready.
telling them to be like bloated. Walking
Yeah,
around
get
like a
yourself
big old
ready.
belly.
You got to get yourself ready.
Gotta get in shape. Well, we're definitely going to try this next one, which is one that my daughter recommended. Now, they didn't have the traditional peanut butter in stock. This one's the Viva La Beaver. It's Mexican chocolate and peanut butter stout. So it's got a little bit of spice to it, but it's chocolate peanut butter. It's like going to be drinking a Reese's cup. Let's hope.
Oh my God, look at the state of it.
Yeah. He said, look at the state of it. Because it's definitely dark and milky, yeah. So I think you'll like it, I really do. And again, Belgian Beaver out of Vista.
Oh, it does smell great.
Oh my God, it smells so good.
You think?
You may not like it. Just try it, buddy. It doesn't smell great. You don't like peanut butter. It's definitely not a lager.
What the?
So it's not your favorite? Oh, good. We'll finish that off then. Here, drink it out of the can right there. This one's got
It's horrible, that is, eh?
I like it a little bit.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. It's not my favorite peanut butter one, but
Jesus. Yeah.
well,
I'm a peanut butter fan anyway.
I didn't think there was a beer that he would actually ever not like. So
I
chalked it up. Yeah, he's not a stout guy, right? Very clear, very light, very lagery. He can drink. You know. We did have him compete in a contest. They came up to me when I was like walking by or something, and then they're like, "What are you guys gonna do?" And they said, "Oh, we're doing a beer contest," and they already knew about it. I didn't know it was out of the pool, and I'm like, "Oh," but they didn't. I pointed to him specifically and said, "If you don't get that guy in the contest, you guys are missing out." So he gets up there, and of course, Canadians were up there facing him off like little guys. And again, no offense to the little people that probably could drink beer. They just had no match, and Dave's just like, "Oof," and he's like showing, flipping the cup, and kind of showing off like
Drunk the other blokes.
Yeah. He finished the other guys before the guy halfway hit, and he gave up, and then he drank his after that, and then flipped the cup. But everyone was loving it, and even the people he was competing against, because Dave's always dancing, having fun. And then they get this girl up there who won, and she was, of course, like tiny, blonde, California. Well, she was Canadian, but your typical in shape person drinking beer, and she beat two other girls pretty quick. And so, not Dave's speed quick, but in that competition. So Dave gets up there, and they have to do like push-ups and spin around, and now they've added some twist to it. And Dave's like going slow, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he's not trying to dominate, because he would have taken care of her, no problem.
Just let it win.
So he was just kind enough to say, "Hey, this is, I already know I can win." So I've already drank 4 beers in like a matter of 2 minutes. So he did that in kindness, and of course it made her day. And then later she was getting body shots done off her body. So obviously those 4 beers hit her pretty quick. With her boyfriend, or fiance, husband, something, right there. He was filming everything, so he was obviously on it too. But that's what you get when you go to these resorts. You get a good time, right?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's very good. All those memorable moments. Well, we're going to wrap up real quick. So, Dave, in any last words or anything, Dave doesn't do a lot of social media. His wife is the social media butterfly, right? I mean, she posts more than anybody I know. She's insane. She takes more pictures. She raises the sun more than anybody. So if you ever want to follow them, just follow Marie Fellows.
Not me.
Dave, even he does have a Facebook page, and she has Instagram. It's like Fellows 20 or I don't know, Fellows something or other. But we'll put that up on the line. But she is a good follow though, for sure. She's always posting good stuff. All their travels, in case you're ever someone that wants to travel or likes to want to find new destinations, you'll be able to go and see all her stuff and see what they've seen. Very interesting people. So even though he would just consider himself a regular bloke from Kingswoodford, England, I consider him a friend and a very interesting person. And I'm just glad we were able to cross paths 5 years ago. And now we'll have friends forever. So anyway, that being said, if you have nothing else to say,
No, just enjoy your beer and whiskey.
there you go. And we'll definitely see him in the July for Mila's 50th birthday celebration.
Back again.
They're coming back out. It'll be adults only.
Yep.
So him and Marie will be a whole different people.
Yeah.
Even though they party and have all that stuff, at least the kids won't be like, gotta be in the adult pool with all that stuff. So it'll be a good time. Well, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys subscribe, like, comment. Just like I said, check out Dave and his wife at Dave Fellows or Marie Fellows on Facebook, and then I'll put up the Instagram when you get a chance. So in the meantime, have a good night. Peace.